Imagine I put 10 women in a room and I ask them what makes a man marriage material. I suspect some of the answers I would get is he has a great job, he has a house, he's financially stable, he can provide, and all of these things. Now, get me right. I'm not saying all of these things are not good, they are great. However, they are not what makes a man marriage material. So that brings me to the question, what if material things are out of the equation? How would you choose the right man? So on this episode, I'm going to be sharing with you things that makes a man marriageable. Very important. I once heard the story of a young couple. The young man was doing well as the woman. She had a well-paying job, and the man was doing so well at his job. However, as soon as they got married, he was laid off job. The car he was riding obviously was given to him by the office. That also was withdrawn. All of the benefits that came with the job were withdrawn. Now, it now happens to be both of them starting all over again. If that kind of marriage was built solely on what he could provide, what the man could bring to the table in time of finance, there's going to be a lot of problem. That kind of marriage, if not carefully handled, can just end up in a breakup because the reason is because of the things the man could bring to the table. All right, so you might be asking me, then what makes a man marriageable? What are the things that are going to define it to me? You see, being financially stable and having resources does not fill in for the place of a man's character or stand in for his emotional stability or make him more committed or accountable. A man that is marriageable is a man who is ready to commit, a man who is ready to be answerable, accountable. I saw a random video during the course of the week where the speaker was saying something like, if you are not ready to answer questions like, where are you coming from? Where are you going? What are you doing today? What's your plan for the month? And things like that, then you're not ready to get married. So accountability becomes very important. Yes, it's good when he has resources. However, is he accountable? Is he willing to grow with you? Is he willing to listen? Is he willing to learn you? Is he willing to commit to the long haul that comes with being in a relationship called marriage? Is he ready to stand with you through the test of time? These are the things that you should look out for. And these are the things that are very major. As much as he has resources, as much as he should be stable to an extent. But look at it from this angle. What if this was not in the equation? What if he didn't have what he has in terms of finance, in terms of resources and the likes? Would I still be able to stand with him? Would I still be able to walk through things with him? Because one thing I've realized is that what makes a man or what makes any individual is not what they have at hand. The Bible says that the life of a man is not defined by what he possesses. That is, you can't define him by the things that he has or by the things that are in his possession. That is not the way to define a man. The way to define a man is in his character, in his stance, in his values, in the things that he stands for, his leadership capability, his ability to lead a home, his ability to build something that is transgenerational. You see, that kind of man, if you take everything away from him, he's going to rebuild it. Yes, that's right. I once knew of a young lady who got married to a man. She was actually encouraged to get married to him because he seemed to have a well-paying job. He was doing well financially for himself. He was settled. He had a house and all of the basic things of life. And she was encouraged to marry him. And then she married him. But guess what? The marriage did not last the test of time. No, the marriage did not last the test of time. It barely lasted 2 years because when it came to the point of the character, it was zero. He didn't have the space. He didn't look like someone that really needed a wife. There are some people, all they want is a woman who could have their babies. But as a purposeful woman, of course, you need a man who is committed to you, who wants to grow with you, who wants to build something substantial with you. So that character is something that you can never, never rule out when you're making a choice of who to marry. When you talk about a man who is marriageable, then you begin to talk about a man who is ready to be committed to a journey and become one with you as his wife, and then grow together into something very beautiful that is beyond you both. Remember, I said earlier that I'm not saying that resources and financial resources are bad. However, what I'm saying is looking beyond that. Most these days, what we hear is, oh, if you cannot carry my load, then I'm not in. If you cannot do this, if you cannot provide, yes, it's good for him to provide. However, look beyond what you can get, because things that we can see are temporal, but things that we cannot see, they are the things that are actually last the test of time. So if I was to come back to those ladies I stated on earlier, to be in the room, 10 ladies listening to this, I'm very sure that by now, when I ask them that question again and say, what do you think makes a man marriageable? It's going to be entirely different. It's not just going to be things that it can bring, his finance and things like that. It's definitely going to be, I think I need a rethink. So if this brings you to the point of a rethink, then I want to hear about it in the comments. Tell me what your experiences are. Tell me what you would like me to also point out. You see, this journey of relationship, getting into marriage, and finding your space as a woman is very important you get it clear, and it's very important that you get it right. If this gave you a rethink, I want you to get into the comment section and tell me exactly what it is that was your initial conclusion about who a marriageable man is. And now tell me what you think a marriageable man should have in terms of character, in terms of his abilities. Tell me, I'd like to hear from you in the comment section. And if this is your first time coming across my page, ensure that you subscribe to the channel, hit on your notification buttons, and then you'll be the first to get notified the next time I put up a video on here. I'll see you in the next one.